Thank you, Bianca, for being my guest. I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate it.
Don.
I want to thank Cohats for letting me use this wonderful room.
Beautiful room.
I have Bianca from, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Bianca McKinney with Stroll Eagle Brook and Be Local Lakeland.
Stroll Eagle Brook, which is the community,
Gated golf course community off of Carter Road.
okay, and beautiful magazines.
Thank you.
I myself have advertised in them.
Be
and
Local.
Very, very. So tell me how you got started into this. Where are you originally from, if you don't mind?
I was born in South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend, Indiana. Okay.
And I know we have mutual because we talked about that the first time we
Yeah,
met.
my family's from Indiana. Yeah.
So and that's why we're here.
And so you were a kid, or why did your mom and dad move here? Or
There's so many stories in the past that I don't really know. I think it was just they were over the cold weather.
that's what my mom and dad.
Yeah.
When I was
My grandparents moved here first, and they, my parents just followed them.
they
So
said it's warm down here, too
Yeah,
hot, but it's warm down here.
we're tired of shoveling snow, so.
That's right. And that's what I was told when I was in the service. My mom and dad moved down here, and they said they're tired of the snow and everything. I got out of the Army, and there was nothing there for me, so I said I'll give Florida a try, and been here ever since.
Yep.
But you went to school here, and you
I
spent
did.
most of your
I grew
life
up here.
here,
Yeah.
so you know, like, yeah.
We moved to Lakeland in the early 70s.
In the early, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So, where'd you go to school?
Scott Lake Elementary,
Ah.
Lakeland Highlands Middle School, and Kathleen High School.
So you more Lakeland than I am.
Yes.
Much more. And
Yes.
how long have you been doing this? Would you do this before this?
So Stroll Eagle Brook has been in print for 8 years.
8 years.
We're about to deadline on our 100th issue. Our
Wow.
October issue
100.
will be our 100th issue.
And they're monthly?
Mm-hmm.
That's 100 months?
Yep.
Holy Toledo.
100 different families, 100 featured homes, featured pets, just 100 issues of Eaglebrook sharing their lives with each other.
That's a
So
outstanding, incredible amount of progress. I can't imagine having 100 episodes. That's just
yeah,
so
it's-
far out there.
and it's went by like that.
That's the unfortunate thing. Time
Yeah.
flies. My daughter just graduated high school, and I was just holding her in the front of the mirror saying, "You see your little baby?" And she's 18 now.
Yeah.
It went so fast.
My baby's 28, so
28.
just bought a house.
Wow. And today's the first day of school.
Yeah.
They're just back to school
When you
today.
kind of get out of that, right? When you don't have kids
And the
in
only reason,
school anymore. But my community keeps me engaged in when school starts, and because there's so many kiddos
oh
in the
yeah,
community.
when you're active
So,
like that.
yeah. And so probably between today and Monday, I will get 300 to 400 back to school first day photos, and then we do a back to school
Oh,
section.
you do?
Yeah. So
Well, that's really neat.
anything that they have going on in their life that they want to share with their neighbors, they send it in.
So all of the kids of the Eagle Brook school area or
Mhm.
whatever, they live in that area, they send everything. You're like the authority.
Yeah.
So you're the parent teacher without the parent teacher.
Yeah, kind of. Well, one really cool thing that we were able to do during 2020, the world was in chaos. People were at home. They felt stranded. Everybody was scared, lost. They were having to homeschool their kiddos. We were able to use the magazine as a homeschool tool guide for them. So
Wow.
we did Zoom meetings twice a week with a bunch of the residents in the community that were, just struggling with what was going on. And, we've got all these kids in the house now. So we put together programs for like elementary, middle school, and high school where we integrated the magazine for the kids to use that as like, read this article and then do a book report on it. Kind of took them back
Wow.
old school to the kind of stuff that we used to do,
Absolutely.
because we didn't have internet and stuff like that. We didn't have Google. You had to go to the library
That's
and get
right,
the
old card
encyclopedia.
pull out.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So we kind of took it back to that for the elementary school kids. We did games in there. We did crossword puzzles. We said, hey, tell us how many times the word Eaglebrook is in the magazine from the cover to the end. Just to engage them, to help them. So it's it is literally a coffee table conversation piece inside the community because we've been in print for so long. It is their staple. But during 2020, I would get phone calls when the magazine would hit the mailbox. These people were literally in tears saying, this is the only piece of normalcy and positivity that is coming into our house right now. And it literally walking to the mailbox back up to the house with this makes us feel like the craziness of this world is not really happening right now.
That's right. That's got to be a pleasant feeling.
Yeah.
So surprised that you had that opportunity to be a resource during a time of need.
Yeah, and
That's
it was
incredible.
helpful to me too to be able to have some normalcy in my life and to know that I was able to actually help people.
That's right.
So
That's fantastic. You don't even think about those things. I think it's an entertainment magazine. You learn a little about them, but then it turns into a resource when people need it.
Right.
That's incredible.
Right.
Well, that's good. And what's the difference between Stroll Eagle Brook and Be Local?
So Stroll Eagle Brook is exclusively just for the residents that live inside the gates of Eaglebrook, and it's 100% resident driven content from the residents. It focuses and sees the same set of eyes every month, so it changes cover to cover every month. Be Local Lakeland focuses on all new movers to the city and address changes, so it targets a different set of eyes every month, so we don't change cover to cover on that one. We add content as we add business partners, and then once a year we do a complete overhaul. Change the cover, change the articles on the inside.
Well, that's wonderful.
Like
I know I've used the Be Local myself. You got resources because my website's a directory,
right?
And I want to make sure that I've got everybody on my directory. So
Yeah.
I've actually used it as well myself.
Awesome.
And
well, the locals love it too. So we try to take an extra so many copies a month and just kind of drop them off all over. We take them to the joinery, Swan. I drop some off here. She's gracious enough to let me drop them off in the lobby there. And I just noticed when we came in and I was here last week, I dropped off Eaglebrook and Be Local there, and there's none left. So that's awesome.
That's good. It probably costs a lot to keep that up. I mean,
it does.
Because there's such a demand, you got, oh my goodness, it's out again.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. So, how many people actually live in the Eaglebrook?
So, believe it or not, Eaglebrook is still in the custom home built section, which is one of the communities inside there called the Preserve. There are still some houses under construction, and that is in your custom home built section. There's probably about 4 to 5 houses right now currently under construction, and I think probably about 10 vacant lots left. When it's completely built out, it'll be around 750. 750 homes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. I actually have seen aerial views.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was one of those camera, what are they called, droids?
Yeah.
I've seen
one of the drones.
Yeah, the drone. That's it. And it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we've got some really great. We've got a resident that lives in the community. He's also a realtor, but he has a production company where he does drone work for like big corporations. Say somebody's doing an overhaul on maybe a stadium or real estate. So he does drone work for that, and he has given us some really great drone pictures of the community.
Ones I saw.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, who are your clientele that advertise?
So, believe it or not, you could actually look at our June 2015 issue, which was our inaugural issue, and look at our current issue, and you're going to see some of the same business partners in there that have been with us for 8 years. So, a perfect fit as a business partner would be anybody who's, if your target market is the folks that live in Eaglebrook, or your targeted market is new movers, one or either. A lot of my business partners are in both publications because their services fit,
absolutely,
both.
Yeah.
With Eaglebrook and Be Local too, I would say it's mainly your home-based service businesses, so flooring, windows, roofing, pest control,
okay,
septic companies,
regular needs,
fence companies, things of that nature, electricians.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you're celebrating 100
issues.
100 issues,
yeah.
And when is that?
That's our October issue, which we are currently working on right now.
October. So if you want to advertise, when's the deadline?
August 20th.
Oh, that's coming up quick.
Yeah, so we do everything 2 months out.
2 months, okay.
And the reason for that is the residents inside the community get the publication about 2.5 weeks before the month begins, which is really cool for the business partners because they can change their ad every month. And if they have like a special or a promotion that they want to promote for that month, it gives the residents, they get to see it for about 2.5 weeks before the month begins.
Okay, that's good.
But the really neat thing that we do where we want to keep our business partners top of mind awareness in front of their targeted market is my digital team geofences the communities that our business partners are a part of, and we run an extended reach display ad at those folks. So what that means is, and I say this all the time, and I know people look at me and like, we take the creepiness of the internet and we use it to our business partners' advantage. So let's say the resident wakes up first thing in the morning and let's say they fell asleep during last night, the Rays game, right?
Okay.
Rays are playing the Cardinals right now. Of course, I know that because the Cardinals are my team.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're here for a 3-game series, and I don't get to
You're
go.
not going to get to
I don't get to go.
Wow.
But it's okay. I got to see them last year twice. So
Right.
but let's say they get up in the morning and they're checking the sports score. So they're on ESPN. Our business partners ads are going to come up as your display ads, which are going to run like banner ads. Once the ad is seen on whether it's their tablet, their phone, they're on their laptop or their desktop, that ad is going to attach the IP address.
Okay.
So they get ready for work, they roll out of the gates, that ad is attached to their IP address and that ad rolls with them.
Wow.
They get to work, okay, and say they're in a room like this and they're having a meeting. That IP address then is going to take that ad and shove it out to every other IP address that it comes in contact with, and then it's going to connect to that. So then that ad is going to connect to all of their the people that they come in contact with IP addresses. At work, they leave work, they have a lunch meeting, they have a networking meeting after work. Right now, orientations, school starting, sports are going to be starting for kids. So all of these big groups that these people are going to be around is going to push my business partners ads out like that.
Wow.
We're able to provide 30-day analytics on how that ad is performing and show you the top domains of where that ad is being seen.
Okay, so when people click, you know exactly where and who almost,
Yep.
the demographics.
We know the time of day, so the analytics that we're able to provide the business partners is, some of my folks love it and some people are like, I don't really understand it, but I do know that I'm getting more phone calls and I don't know where they're coming from, so this has got to be where it's coming from. On an average, one of my business sponsors ads is being seen over 12,000 times by about 4,000 to 6,000 different eyes in a 30-day period. All that is doing is organically increasing the business partners' SEO and SEM.
Oh, wow.
And they're not even doing anything for it, right? It's just something that we're doing.
It's an additional benefit.
That is just top of mind awareness.
So when they advertise in the magazine, that's additional benefit, or is that included?
That comes with it.
That comes with it.
We also do a sponsor spotlight article once a month on a select business, a 2 to 4 page spread article. Like, you weren't there when I presented, were you?
I don't remember.
Okay.
No.
So I think it's in this one that we did our sponsor spotlight article on Josh, Coach Josh. Yeah.
Oh, you did Joshy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 2 to 4 pages on a select business.
So he doesn't live there. It can be anybody.
So any business partner can select a month for us to run a sponsor spotlight article.
And then he can find out where everybody's clicking from. Maybe grab the email address if people want to submit their information and find out, so he could get a new customer.
Yeah.
From that.
Now, I had a meeting with him yesterday. He has been, this July issue was his first issue with us. Excuse me. And he said that he's had a lot of residents that have said to him, hey, I saw your ad in the magazine. I saw your article in the magazine. I saw your ad on our Facebook page, because we have a very active Facebook and Instagram page for the magazine. So he's getting a lot of notoriety. And he jokingly said, when some of these Eaglebrook residents said this to him. He goes, well, I don't think you clicked my Booksy link and booked a session with me yet. Are you scared?
Yeah.
So
That's right. I remember looking through his service, and Booksy is the service that he uses.
So in his ad and in his article, we put the QR code for his Booksy link.
Okay.
So all the resident has to do is, open their phone, and then they can just book a session with him.
And
so that's really cool.
You guys took those pictures professionally?
He had those done.
Okay.
We do work with the business partners. I have a professional photographer that's on staff that does all of my front cover photo shoots. She's amazing. But if I have a business partner that we're going to be doing a sponsor spotlight article for, and they need photos, we will bring our photographer in.
Bring the right person in for the thing.
Yep.
Well, I absolutely love it. I look forward to it. I know that joinery is like the place where I get, I'll stop in there and grab,
Yeah.
And even sometimes up here at the coffee shops.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we try to, just keep our business partners top of mind awareness. And I have a really cool story. I think I told this at CORE the other day. I talk about top of mind awareness all the time because I know the value of it for our business partners.
Right.
But I never knew, I know that everything relates back to yourself too. I don't have carpet in my house. I have a huge area rug, and I know it's dirty just because of my dog. And I'll spot clean it. If I see something on it, I'll get that little, and I'll clean it. And then I have a big chair that my dog has made a little dirty. And I know they're dirty, and I see them every day, and I think about it. It's just not top on my priority list to search out a carpet cleaner. I think about it when I'm at Ace, checking out at Ace Hardware, because I'll see their portable machines.
They got the little rent thing.
And I'm like, oh yeah, my rug, my chair. But now that Jack from Extreme Clean is in our Tuesday group, I see him every Tuesday. And every week when I see him, I'm like, oh man, that carpet's so dirty, that chair's so dirty. And so finally, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was like, hey, good morning. I'm like, I need you to come clean. Do you do area rugs? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So he got a job. It wasn't a big job, but he got a job.
That's right.
Right? Because it was top of mind awareness. I probably wouldn't have sought out and, called a carpet cleaner because it's just not that high on my priority
list. Right, absolutely.
So top of mind awareness is real.
I agree, 100%.
And that's what I tell my folks, if these are targeted markets for you, it's not going to be direct response. It's more of a relationship and branding as far as marketing. But our goal and our passion and what we are really good at is keeping you top of mind awareness and getting the right message out to your targeted market. We also do monthly social events with the Eaglebrook folks. So where we want them to read about their neighbors inside the publication, we want to bring them out into the community.
It's a good way for socially.
Yeah, so they can start cultivating those relationships. And my passion is supporting local businesses. So like last month, we went around the corner to the back 9. I like to take my folks out to locally owned establishments that they might not have been at yet. We had like 23 people show up, and not one resident had been to the back 9 yet. And they have all been back multiple times since. They love it. But they probably wouldn't have ventured out,
Yeah, of course.
Necessarily.
You gave them a good excuse to.
Yeah. So, but when we do these monthly social events, we invite our business partners to come. So our business partners get to mingle with and cultivate a relationship with their targeted market. People give business to people they like and they trust,
That's right?
So
absolutely.
Let's say that, I have a roofer in here, and let's say that they came to a social event, and there's a resident that was at the social event. Hurricane season's here, it's raining every day. They're talking about, we probably should, our roof is 10 years old, we should probably get it looked at. Again, it's not a high priority because they don't have a leak, right? They're not having an issue. They just know in the back of their mind that they probably should have it looked at, right? And maybe they have a friend who is, or they have a roofer that they've used in the past. But let's say that they come to the event and they meet my roofer, right? And they're just like, they just hit it off. they're going to say, hey, why don't you
That's
come and,
They
take a look
otherwise
at this.
would not have met.
Right.
You might end up with the wrong.
Right. So we're able to let our business partners meet their targeted market within the gates of with the folks in Eaglebrook, and just the relationships that I've seen them build.
The friends. You develop friendships.
I mean, these are my people.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
my people. So I tell them all the time. I just had a new resident reach out to me this week. Him and his wife just moved in the community, and he wanted to know about the magazine. Like, he wanted to meet for coffee. He's like, I want to get involved. What can we do? Are we going to get this every month? Do we have to subscribe to it? So it's really cool when new people move in. But I told him, I said, okay, now, just so you know, you're going to be going around town, and people are going to know that you live in Eaglebrook. And so there's probably going to be somebody out there that's going to say, there's this crazy dark-haired girl around town that claims you as my people. I'm like, just know that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not okay with it, I'm sorry. Not sorry.
That's cool, though.
So,
I mean, that's awesome. It brings people together. Have you done anything like that wider?
So for Be Local, it's a little different of an audience. We are able to do a digital ad with this one for our folks as well, because this one does have a digital actual flipbook presence. And so when you view the publication digitally, whoever's looking at it can click on each individual business partner's ad, and then we can provide 30-day analytics on how their individual ad is performing as a whole. But as far as doing social events, I bring my business partners from here into everything that I do.
Okay.
But it's now if I have new residents, they get the publication, that reach out. I'll meet them for coffee, and then I will try to connect them with, like if it's a new mom and she's looking for mom groups, or I try to facilitate those connections and relationships.
That is fantastic. I know when you and I first met, I mean, you introduced me to Core Lakeland. We advertised.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
I wore your shirt to the gym last night.
You did?
Yeah, everybody's like, that is the coolest shirt ever.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, well, here's a link. You can go buy one.
Thank you very much. Very much. I appreciate that.
And I need to get a black one of these.
Thank you.
I have a white one from when we first met, and it's like Tupperware.
It is popular.
Well, it's like Tupperware lids. I don't know where the lid went, but the
happens to us.
lid is gone.
If I told you how many times I went
And I know my dog didn't eat it.
I took the new one, I opened it up, took the new one, used it, because they're like socks. You put it in the dryer and it disappears.
Where do they go?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. My lid's gone.
There's a tumbler lid tooth fairy somewhere that just keeps accumulating them.
Apparently, and that goes along with the Tupperware lids and the missing socks.
That's right. It's so.
There's a hole in your house somewhere.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna ask the Lord, what happened? Well, that's fantastic. So, what are the websites that people can go to?
So we have Facebook and Instagram pages for both.
Okay.
Be Local Lakeland, Stroll Eagle Brook, and then we also do have landing pages. So if you just type in Google Stroll Eagle Brook, you can go to our landing page. And our landing page has got some really cool information. It's got some testimonials from residents and business partners. There's a scrolling list on the bottom of both of the landing pages with our business partners' logos. You can check out some articles when you go to our landing page. And then if a potential new business is interested, there's a link that they can click to contact me.
And so anybody can advertise in either one.
Correct.
You don't have to be from Eaglebrook.
Nope.
You can advertise in there if you want those people to see your ads.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody can do that. Have you had people say, hey, I know I don't live in Eaglebrook, but I want a copy of the magazine? Have you had those people ask?
Yeah. And because it's intimate, private information, and that's why there's not a digital version of Eaglebrook.
Okay.
So our Facebook and Instagram pages, I will post the front cover of the family, the precious pet, our sponsor index listing, if I get permission from the families.
Okay.
Which they usually typically don't have a problem with that. But there's no digital version of that because it's intimate, private.
So there is some privacy that people want to Keep
Yeah.
the event. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That
We
is
also, I own a franchise with the N2 company,
N2.
the N2 company out of Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
We started in 2004 with what we call our HOA product, the Eaglebrook product. By 2008, we had about 30 neighborhood publications. Before 2020, we were up to over 900. Now I think we're reaching back up to 900 publications
Across America?
across the United States. Yep.
Wow.
So here in Lakeland, we have Eaglebrook, which is mine. Those are my people. That's 8 years in print, and then we also have one in Grasslands, and that one has been in print for about 9 years.
Okay. Well, I had no idea that there would even be a market for something like that.
Yeah.
So it's all new to me. It's all learning.
Yeah. And you can go into any home in the community, and you're going to see 4 to 6 months worth on their coffee table, and they don't get rid of them. You know,
It's a collector's item.
At the end of the year, they'll call me and they're like, "So I'm filing away last year's issues, and I don't know where it went, but I'm missing the July issue."
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like the Hardy Book series,
It's
right?
right next to the lid of the under the couch, next to the lid. That's where it's at.
By the sock.
Yep.
So, and they say it's kind of like, you know, when you were a kid and you had the Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys, you know, series. You could not have them on a bookshelf if you didn't have a complete set, right? So
Yeah, Reader's Digest.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, so I'm missing the July issue. Can you get me a copy?
Yeah, I remember those days, and there's always that the Seinfeld episode where the guy, his TV guides, he's missing one TV guide. He wants his TV guide. He wants the whole collection of them.
For sure. Yep.
Well, that's fantastic. And
well, loving Lakeland as much as I do, I liked you before I met you because I am Lakeland.
Thank you.
So
same here.
And I just love everything that you're doing.
And we've had these conversations.
We have many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love your passion for Lakeland.
Well,
and
thank
you. What you're doing, you know, because my passion is local and small businesses.
Same.
And you know, I love this city. I love this people. I love the culture here.
Yes.
The weather we're having right now, I could do without. It's a little brutal, but you know, the people in this city are just they just give me warm fuzzies. You know, on the most part.
I've never had a negative experience.
You know, the people are great. And when lockdown happened, and there were people buying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of gift cards to businesses whose doors were closed, not knowing whether they were going to be able to reopen their doors, was like just so heartwarming.
I agree.
And then the way that the city rallied around the restaurants when they were able to open up and you know, feed you curbside, right? You could order and just pull up and take it. You know,
everybody
it sustained
comes together.
these businesses.
That's right.
You know,
and we're getting better. I mean, we're growing.
Mm-hmm.
There got apartments going up all over.
All over, and that's where Be Local is such a gem for local businesses, because you got all these people moving here. How are you going to let them know that you're the best in your industry? Be Local will tell them, you know. So Be Local is kind of a cool thing. We did some statistics behind the scenes on it. New movers statistically spend more in the first 6 months of a move than somebody does in the first 3 years.
I didn't know that.
So the first 6 months, let's say you buy a house, right? Everything inside that house is not going to fit you and your family. So you're going to want to paint, you know, maybe remodel, you know, knock this wall out, you know, redo the kitchen, put new flooring in, you know, new landscaping, you know, paint the outside, maybe put some pavers down,
right?
Things of that nature, right? So those are all home services that they're new here. They don't know who to call. They have to get their oil changed. They have to, you know, get their teeth cleaned. You know, maybe their kid is about to
reestablish everything.
Yeah, their kid needs braces, and they need a place to get their dog groomed, and who's going to be their doctor, and who's going to check their eyes, and so that's where Be Local comes into, like, hey, you know, here's a dentist for you. You know, here's where you can go get your oil changed. Here's a good place to get your tires. You know, and things like that.
Absolutely.
So,
yes, it's a resource that I've used. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's no
and
doubt
the
about
locals use it too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Very, very interesting. Well, is there anything else? You guys, I know that you do some stuff in the community as well. You did the back to school.
Back to school bash. We didn't have it. We didn't have it this year. Our first one was in 2019, and then obviously 2020 and 2021 we had to take off, and then we had it again last year. This year, just the pieces just didn't fit together, so
Right.
it wasn't meant to be. I don't push things if things aren't falling into place.
I agree.
You know, I'm not one to put the square in the circle, right? So if it's not working, I'm not going to beat my head against a wall to make it work.
We all do that.
You know,
we all do that.
So, but yeah, the back to school bash is we've already got it planned for next year. But it's a huge event. You were there last year, so you know. And it's supporting
Giving back is
stuff
so
the bus for
important.
Kiwanis,
That's
and I'm a
right.
member of Kiwanis, so I'm pretty passionate about all that stuff too.
That's
so
fantastic.
yeah, and like we were just talking, just anything that you can do in this community to give back, and the more you can be involved,
That's right.
it's a win-win.
It helps everybody.
It does.
My kids are going to grow up, needs resources in this community. If they stay, it's fantastic. Because I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah. Only place I may go is I may retire on the beach somewhere one day, but
Oh yeah.
that's a long way down the road.
Well, I tell you what, retiring is it's fun at first. Your first 6 months, a year, you're like woohoo. But then it starts to catch on. Like, what the hell? Now what I'm going to do? I don't want to be one of those people who work their whole life and then 6 months later have a heart attack and lose your pension and all that.
Right.
So that's when I started the I Am Lakeland, just something to do,
Mm-hmm.
something to have fun with and meet people. I wasn't, you'd be surprised. I mean, everybody would be surprised. I am not and was not a social person. I know it's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
But I was a maintenance man, and I went in and I did my job and I left and I raised my kids, and there was no social life at all. And that's why it's so shocking to me now. I meet you, and then I just learned. I had to pick up on the social, but it's fantastic. Why did I do it a long time ago?
When I started this 8 years ago, it took me outside of my box, to be able to have courage is probably not the right word, but yeah, but the reason I think that it was kind of a no-brainer because I believe in this product.
That's right.
I know that if a business partners up, that it's going to be a win-win for them, and I know that the residents love the product, so it's it did take me outside of the box, but it was just a shift, but yeah, I love what I do. I love connecting businesses. I love meeting new people.
Oh, we see it. Trust me, we see it. We see it on a regular basis. How much we all participate.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Well, we all are family in real life and in our minds. I mean, I see you as separate, but in God's light, we're brother and sister. We're
That's
all
right.
together. Why not be good to each other, and help each other out?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is there anything else? Thank you so much for being my guest.
Well, thank you
Is
for
there
having
anything
me.
else I can?
This was a long time coming.
So you say look for Be Local and
Be Local Lakeland and Stroll Eagle Brook.
on Facebook is the primary.
Yep. So you can
Our phone number.
follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We have pages for both on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, and my cell phone is 863-698-4668. Anybody can call me, text me if they have questions, if they're interested in sitting down and chatting, see if it's a good fit.
A nice, easy consultation. Just sit down and
I love
prices and all
consulting
this.
with new businesses just to learn about their business. I've got 5 meetings today, and I'm super excited about every single one of them. All new businesses in Lakeland, so I just want to learn, what's your
Where do you
why?
get your energy? Where do you get the energy?
I don't know.
I know you and I are the same age.
We are the same
but
age.
I don't have your energy. My goodness.
Well, I don't know.
And I know you're a weightlifter and muscle and exercise and all that.
I do.
Jeez.
That's probably where my energy comes from, is because I get up early to do that every morning. So
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Well, thank you, Bianca.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate it.
much. I appreciate it. God bless
I appreciate
you.
you.
Is there anything I can do for you? Let me know.
okay, same
We
thing.
work so well together.
We do.